Hey everybody, my name is David. I'm the game director of a game called Guardians of Orion, now available on Steam. The last major update to Guardians of Orion was in December 2016. I wanted to go into that a bit, and then more importantly, talk about the future of the game, including a brand new update dropping this year. After we had made it to the official release of Guardians of Orion, a few of us had parted ways. It was a very strenuous and intense development, and in the end, I think everyone needed some time away to recollect. We had never updated a game that fast or frequently, and we had only done such because we knew what the game could become and how much potential it truly had. We wanted to recap a bit of what we accomplished in Phase 1, including exploration gameplay, survival gameplay, play your way with 3 different views, social hubs, new guardians, new dinosaurs, enemies, new modes, new maps, new regions, optimizations, dogfighting gameplay, local and online co-op, leaderboard, statistics, vendors, achievements, trading cards, companions, payer play, gibs, gore, executions and fatalities, customization, skill trees, gear and loot, inventory and crafting, missions, daily and weekly challenges, and more. During this time, me and Frankie formed a new focus group called Dankie, which we are working on migrating everything towards. For future products, this will allow development to be more internal and focus on new technologies and frameworks. In addition to this, we've also had a lot of former talent from both Spiral and Trek come aboard to assist us on current and upcoming productions, acting as a reunion of sorts. The new technology is not the focus of this video, but we cannot wait to talk and show more about it soon enough. This update is purely about Guardians of Orion and its future. To celebrate development starting back up for Guardians of Orion, we wanted to discuss a bit more about Phase 1, what we learned, and where we hope everything is headed from here on. There were some issues with the Phase 1 development of Guardians of Orion due to my hiring, design, political, and communication aspects, while other issues had compounded from these problems. The communication problem stems from using models or platforms such as indie, crowdfunding, and early access, where you need to talk about a game's direction, future and possible content, and more. There were a variety of these types of discussions all over our social media, Kickstarters, and on our Steam updates. While this is usually mostly fine, as either the project is successfully funded and fans hold them accountable based on the funds received, or the project fails to fund and typically vanishes out, never to be heard from again. We had made the interesting choice of continuing to fund the game regardless, going so far as to even reward the pledges we had never received on Kickstarter to thank those that came out. We believed in this game, and so we continued the development and released in December 2015, followed by a full year of massive and free updates to all owners. You could see what was added during the entire year of progress, as well as things we still have hopes of adding, via our stretch goals on the original Kickstarter. Unfortunately, the support never came, and this was mixed with other significant issues involving some poor hiring choices I had made and some bad feature and tech integration that ended up with extreme consequences on the player experience side of things. While I understand frustrations by the fans, as they were systems we very much wanted in place, it unfortunately didn't change the fact or nature of these systems, or the overall product performance of Guardians of Orion from the very start. The product has not been self-sustaining, all crowdfunding events had failed, and this is something we openly and candidly talked about since October 2015, before the game was even on sale. While there was content that we wanted to develop that was never able to make it in, we are still extremely proud of Guardians of Orion as a consumer product for as low as $1. There are dozens to even hundreds of hours of great friend-based gameplay, and it was only ever difficult from a production or development standpoint due to how much we invested and wanted to do with the product. Back in January of 2018, we had given closure to fans of Guardians of Orion, but we've always been very hopeful that Guardians of Orion could receive another update from a variety of reasons, whether it was becoming self-sustaining, lowered server cost, increased sales and support, or another one of our products becoming profitable to the point that we could just do it regardless. Over time, we've been constantly working on new designs and ideas for Guardians of Orion ever since the closure of Phase 1. It was simply a matter of finding the right design. Over the last year and a half, 3 major things came together to make this possible, including the right design, the right team, and the right time. We are very pleased to state that we have found a design that we are extremely happy with, and it's currently in production. This officially marks the development of Guardians of Orion Phase 2. Version 2.1 is officially announced and scheduled for release this summer. We will continue to keep you updated as things progress. We have 3 simple focuses with this update. Number 1, encourage existing owners to return. Number 2, attract new owners. Number 3, quality of life improvements, aka polish. We're very excited for this, so much so that we are putting other internal developments on a temporary hiatus to tackle this with full force. We hope that with this update and the help of community and any press, that this can possibly become more than a one last hurrah type of thing. We'd love for it to become self-sustaining and the opportunity to add some fan-favorite content such as stretch goal items like mechs, hover bikes, boards, and more leading up to the showcased concept of version 3.0. This is the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, we at least get to do another update for any fans of the game, ourselves included. I can confirm that most surgical aspects won't happen until a theoretical version 2.3 based on the performance of version 2.1 and version 2.2. Version 2.1 is simply focused on working with what is already there and bettering that experience before stacking any new blocks on top. Version 2.2 will introduce new content, in addition to further polish. We want to focus on the many tweaks, adjustments, and the quality of life improvements that we have set for version 2.1. This will include engine and backend updates allowing you to run the game better. This will also include social hub updates including new player mechanics, allowing jumping, blinks, enhanced sprint, and other convenience features. There'll be a variety of user interface updates, quality of life animation updates, significant gameplay updates including elite drones now collecting ion, flight control for player drop pods, and updating the blink mechanic. There's also camera changes including a new third-person camera as well as an updated top-down camera. There will also be server and profile changes including improved server support and region support. The other biggest aspect of version 2.1 is the complete remastering of most if not all regions in the game to make them look better and run better than they already do in version 2.0. This is currently a work in progress, but we've assembled a few comparisons of version 2.1 and version 2.0 to give you an idea of what to expect from these remasters. These remasters are not only visual but also gameplay and layout related, which will improve the pacing and flow of combat and adventure. There are a few things going on here comparison-wise that will be covered way more in depth in some upcoming dev diaries, but I wanted to talk about some goals with the new changes. The first one's readability. A region called Eden in the game was one of, if not the worst offenders in this category. The bushes and trees were largely all the same size, creating sameness everywhere. More so, it was very difficult to locate certain enemy types, more so than desired. The second thing is less general, more specific. This somewhat ties into the readability, but basically taking each hotspot on the map and giving it an overall different feel and view. The third thing is the foliage. There is actually more foliage than there was in version 2.0. It's just being used completely different. In version 2.0, it's all the same size and roughly the same distances. In version 2.1, we've added multiple layers of contrast with sizing and color, creating a much more pleasant and easy to read render. The fourth thing are the colors. This is probably the biggest change and involves a wide variety of tweaks, including the lighting, post-processing, sun position, and many other things. The weapon is way more legible, and the scene is much more friendly and inviting with colors that pop instead of a gray-brown coverage. The sun position is out of the face, and this allows for less light bleeding, which was dominating the scene and colors before in version 2.0. All of this is only made possible due to the incredible talent that we've cultivated for future and current productions. Guardians of Orion will be no different and will also benefit from the new team in place here. We have a lot of great talent that has returned from both Orion Prelude and others from Guardians of Orion Phase 1. The team behind our projects have helped bring other incredible titles to life, including Star Wars Battlefront, World of Tanks, Assassin's Creed, and many more. The biggest change going on here is our core. We've changed many key components both internally and externally, and we can't wait to show you the benefits from having done this as time progresses. I am directly involved, including game design, production, and most level designs featured in our games. I've been learning a variety of new techniques and methods that will result in much more interesting and dynamic environments, and Guardians of Orion version 2.1 will start to see some of these integrations. Godlike Mike is our new resident streamer. He's going to be streaming Orion and many other games in addition to covering our social media needs. Frankie is my main creative partner and has been kicking butt for some time now, responsible for concepts, game textures, design, production, and the music you hear right now. Team M is one of our newest integrations. This is a team of 2 artists and they do incredible work, and we couldn't be more thrilled to collaborate with them on some awesome weapons and tech. Team DR is one of our oldest 3D partners. They've been with us since Orion Dino Horde, but unfortunately, due to scheduling conflicts, they were unavailable for Guardians of Orion Phase 1. Team V is a pair of artists who've been with us since Guardians of Orion pre-production. They've delivered amazing work over the years, and they focus largely on creatures, dinosaurs, and armors for the Orion series. Team P is a group we've been working with for over a year now on other secret projects. They are a very talented team who will be handling our characters, and we can't wait to show more of what they've already delivered, let alone what is still to come. Joel has been with us for nearly a decade at this point. You'll recognize his incredible artwork that dates back to before Orion Dino Beatdown. He is a joy to work with, and we can't wait to produce more artwork alongside him, both Orion related and new project related. AK has been creating amazing animation sets since Orion Dino Beatdown and Orion Dino Horde. He's been involved with other prototypes and most recently Guardians of Orion Phase 1. He handles both the first-person weapons as well as any character or creature related needs. Team T has been with us since Orion Dino Horde. This pair used to work for Primal Carnage, and we couldn't be more thrilled to collaborate with them. You'll recognize some of their amazing 3D dinosaur work from our first game, Orion Prelude, as well as others in Guardians of Orion. That's it for this development update. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a lot more to tackle, stuff we can't talk about, and stuff we can hopefully talk about soon. The next development video is scheduled to be fully focused on Guardians of Orion version 2.1 with possibly some version 2.2 teaser spoilers. If you're looking for more, feel free to subscribe to our Dankie development stream. Also feel free to check out our new gaming stream. We'll be playing Orion games as well as others including PUBG, Fortnite, Overwatch, and GTA. Join our new Discord to interact with developers, meet new fans, and set up games. Otherwise, feel free to check out both Orion Prelude and Guardians of Orion on Steam for as low as $1. See you next time.